It's the Lifetime Commitment to the Third Sector Award. And this person is decided through the CO3 board. And our selection process this year was aided by a wide range of leaders from the sector who highlighted why they wanted to choose this particular individual. So let's hear a video about what they have to say about this particular individual.
One of the things that struck me about Cedar was Eileen, the strength of her personality. It was her persuasive skills that convinced me, and Stephen as well, working with Eileen to join the board.
She was originally in the organisation as a social worker and then was appointed as the Deputy Director.
Hello, Cedar Belmore.
I mean, her contribution at that time was really about beginning to elevate the organisation into a much more professional organisation.
Eileen sees a challenge as just something simply to be overcome. She is dedicated, energetic, and more particularly in terms of partnership working, she gets the job done.
Cedar service users all know how important she is, and staff as well. There wasn't a Cedar site that Eileen went into where she didn't know everyone by first name.
She's incredibly generous with even the most junior members of her team.
I've gotten to know Eileen as the individual, Eileen as a social worker, and Eileen more particularly as a strategic leader. She has led by example, and more particularly, she just lives her values.
Her greatest legacy in Cedar has been the remarkable work that she's done over the years to enhance the voice of the service user.
Eileen knows how special the voice of service users are.
Whether they're clients with vulnerabilities or whether they're funders with purses that they're trying to protect. Strong empathy, I think that would be her strongest skill.
The contribution she's made to Cedar is very significant, but actually the contribution she made to the wider transformation in health and social care, I think, is what signals her out as a key strategic leader.
I think the most important thing about all of that is there are people accessing innovative services today that really are a result of her dedication and her hard work in terms of working together as a team. It's been a remarkable journey.
Eileen was always ahead of the curve, always ahead of her time. And she's made a huge impression on not only myself but on hundreds of people that she's worked with over that time.
So well deserved. Eileen, you have been an inspiration to us all over the years. You not only inspired other professionals, but the work that you carried out over the years for people with disability is legendary.
That's her legacy, this breadth of reach right across Northern Ireland.
There are many examples I could give of projects that literally are on the ground now because Eileen had the vision and she was determined to see them through.
Lots of people have said, well, do you miss her? And I said, the truth of the matter is, yes, I do. But in other ways, no, I don't, because everything about Eileen is still evident across the organisation. Consummate professional, dedicated to her work, and really inspirational in many, many ways. So a remarkable individual by all accounts.
So it's my great honour to invite Eileen Thompson up onto the stage to collect her Lifetime Commitment to the Third Sector Award. So Eileen, I'm sure it's a bit overwhelming, but would you join me on stage? Hello.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm absolutely overwhelmed. I feel I've been brought here under false pretenses. I didn't like the Commitment Award, but I thought that went to old people who were retired. And then suddenly I realised I am an older person and I am now retired. But no, I mean, I am overwhelmed, humbled, but I think, as everybody else has said here tonight, and I'll only echo that all our achievements have only been because of the enormous contributions of those people who have worked with us in our management teams. And I was lucky to have one of the excellent chief executive with the sector, an excellent board, but above all, that service users who were really committed to get on board with driving us to look at innovation and change. And I suppose I'm delighted. I'm only sorry that tonight I know all these people are in the room, and particularly all those my teams, but and I can't see them. But
we can't see them.
Hopefully that day will come soon. And I'm particularly pleased that I know Claire Ward's here tonight, who's our from the User Forum representative. So many thanks to, that's a lovely tribute tonight, and thank you to CO3, and particularly to Noreen, because I haven't had a chance to catch sight of her yet in any of these tables, but
she'll be here at the end.
That will carry, that tribute will certainly carry me a long way. So many thanks to everybody. And
well, before you go, from your perspective, you know everyone in the room has had a tough year, and you've got a really good understanding of what a lot of people have been carrying. And what would you say to everyone in the room?
Well, I mean, I know I retired last October, and I suppose had a bit of an opportunity to come back into Cedar, you know, in the kind of for a short period to make a modest contribution to how people were managing in these post-COVID times. And I suppose I suppose what I would say is that it's incredible what I've seen within Cedar that's being achieved with the use of technology. And we've always been committed to the idea that technology can support a lot of the work that we do. And you know, it's, I suppose, just looking at all these awards tonight, it's clear that the leadership across the sector is extremely at an incredibly high level. And I think that you know, everybody has taken the opportunity of COVID as opposed to, you know, sort of lying down under it in a sense. So I still think it's, you know, and I suppose we're talking in a very optimistic time now because this vaccine is on its way. And but I think we've learned new ways, or the sector has learned new ways of working in 2020 that's going to sustain it to even greater levels in the post-COVID era.
Yeah, I think so. Well, Eileen, I mean, this is one award that it would have been particularly nice to have been able to hand over face to face, but I can't quite do that. But congratulations to you on your lifetime commitment to the Third Sector Awards. Really well done, and thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everybody.